perform better? Do you want to play better golf? Well, today we're here to show you just that. I'm Ted Bonham, and this is Jonathan Dudley from Precision Golf School. Today we are going to cover the sway. Jonathan's going to demonstrate exactly what the sway is in the golf swing.
All right, so we know you like to move your hips when you're dancing, but in the golf swing, in order to get a good loading position so we can really fire through the golf ball, create good speed, really use the ground as leverage, we need to make sure that when we load up, we're not swaying too far to the right. So what is the sway exactly? Well, when I'm coming back here like this, what we see with most amateur golfers is they start going for this big arc, but in the process, the knee gets outside the foot and the hip gets outside the knee. Now, the only way I can get back to the golf ball is try to yank my body forward, which actually causes a decrease in our club head speed, or try to hit it from back here, which oftentimes causes a flip. So if you can identify with this, we've got a couple great tips for you. One's going to be a great test, and one's going to be a great exercise.
Okay, so it may be a lack of education on what to do in the golf swing, which golf instruction will help you with that, but more importantly, it could be a physical cause. We're going to show you a test you can do at home to see if it's a problem with the hip rotation. The sway is caused because the hips don't rotate in the golf swing. And here's a test to show you just how to do that. I'm going to have Jonathan stand on one leg, all right? The other leg's out in front. And now Jonathan's going to move his foot in front, all right? Move it back and forth. Now, as you can see, his hips are moving. He's going to keep his upper body static. And so now you can see there's a rotation. Now, the foot's going to move on a crescent-shaped arc in front of you. Now, if his hips don't move, his foot's going to go back and forth. Okay, show us hips not move. There you go. So you're going to move, the foot's going to move back and forth, but more importantly, you're going to lose your balance. Because if your hips aren't rotating, you're going to fall off balance. All right, so good hip rotation, internal, external rotation, you can see by him doing the arc. Another simple way to do it is to perform this test in front of a mirror, and you can actually see if your hips are rotating or not. Now, we have an exercise that'll help you in creating more hip mobility. This is called stork turn supported. We have a stretching pole here. If you don't have a stretching pole at home, we make our own. We use a PVC piece of pipe that you can get at your local hardware store, and a rubber stopper. We glue stoppers on top, and that helps keep it anchored to the ground. But take a stretching pole, use it to stabilize in the turn. You're going to use one ankle, put it behind the knee.
Now, if this is on my left side, Ted, which leg would you like me to put behind my leg?
I want you to put your left foot behind your right. There we go. Now, all he's going to do is rotate his knee back and forth, just like that, creating internal, external hip rotation. Now, to start out, you may not have a lot of mobility. Just keep working it and keep turning it. But the most important thing is keeping the upper body still and rotating the hips.
We don't want any of this movement going on. That's not very effective because, again, we're going for that hip mobility and good disassociation.
So, in doing this exercise, I would suggest starting with 3 sets of 20 on each side. That should get you started. We hope this helps.
Hey, better performance leads to better golf.
It's that simple. Try it.